The reason some people keep crossing the line with you is simple. They learn there's no consequence. It starts small. A coworker gives you the tasks nobody wants. A friend expects you to always be the one who adjusts. Someone makes a joke at your expense, then calls you sensitive when you react. They interrupt you. They dismiss your opinion. They ask for more and more. And every time you let it pass, they don't see patience. They see permission. Because people don't stop at the first boundary you have. They stop at the first boundary you actually enforce. The problem is, most people respond the wrong way. They explain too much. They ask for understanding. They complain without changing anything. And that teaches the other person one thing: they can keep doing it. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to respond when someone starts testing how much you'll tolerate, how to stop rewarding the behavior, how to make your boundaries clear, and how to make people think twice before crossing the line again. 1. Stop explaining. Change what they get from you. A lot of people keep getting their boundaries crossed, not because they fail to communicate. They fail because after they communicate, nothing changes. They say, "I don't like this. This doesn't feel respectful. I need you to understand how this affects me." But if the next time it happens, you react exactly the same way, the message they receive is not "this person has boundaries." The message is "this boundary can be negotiated." Because people don't only listen to what you say. They pay attention to what happens after they cross the line. The most effective response is not making someone understand your feelings. It's making them realize the things they used to get from you are no longer automatically available. If someone is used to your instant replies, they learn that your attention is always available. So stop making their urgency your priority. Not to be cold, not to play games, but because your time is not a resource that everyone gets unlimited access to. If it wouldn't have mattered to you an hour ago, it doesn't get to matter now just because they made it urgent. If someone is used to you always adjusting your plans, they learn that your flexibility has no limit. So stop automatically accommodating. Helping once does not mean becoming responsible forever. Making an exception once does not create a permanent obligation. If someone is used to you carrying the relationship, they learn that they can put in less effort because you will always close the distance. So stop doing the work for two people, not to create distance, but to stop carrying a responsibility that was never yours alone. The goal is not to become colder. The goal is to stop providing more than the relationship actually earns. A boundary is not real because you explained it. A boundary becomes real when your behavior enforces it. 2. Don't punish their behavior. Remove the benefit that keeps it alive. A lot of people handle these situations the wrong way. They want the other person to feel guilty, apologize, admit they were wrong, or finally understand. But many people don't change because you're upset. They change when the current behavior stops working for them. Every repeated behavior usually has a reason it continues. Someone keeps pushing responsibility onto you because there's a benefit. They do less and you clean it up. Someone keeps changing plans because there's a benefit. They get flexibility and you absorb the inconvenience. Someone keeps testing your limits because there's a benefit. They gain comfort, attention, or control, and they lose nothing. That is why the solution is not attacking the person. The solution is removing the benefit. The moment you stop absorbing the cost, the real problem becomes visible again, to them, and sometimes to everyone else watching. If someone creates a problem and you always fix it, they never experience the cost of creating the problem. So stop automatically rescuing situations that were not yours to create, not because you want them to fail, but because your ability should not become someone else's escape route. If someone repeatedly makes you carry the planning, coordination, or emotional effort, stop absorbing all of it, not because you refuse to cooperate, but because their choices should not automatically become your responsibility. If someone uses disrespect or provocation to get your attention, stop rewarding it with endless explanations and emotional reactions. Because many behaviors continue for one simple reason: they work. When a behavior stops producing benefits, people start reconsidering whether it is worth repeating. 3. Don't let one exception become a permanent privilege. Most people don't lose respect overnight. It happens through small changes that slowly become the new normal. The first time, "Can you help me with this?" The second time, "You're better at it. Can you handle it?" The third time, "You've always handled this anyway." The problem is not helping someone once. The problem is when a temporary exception quietly becomes an expectation. Many people miss this shift. People don't only remember what you say, they remember what consistently works. Every repeated exception becomes evidence of what you are willing to accept, and people build their entire strategy around that evidence, not around your words. If you keep accepting the same inconvenience, they learn that this arrangement is acceptable. If you keep taking extra responsibility without redefining the role, eventually it becomes your role. Strong people don't wait until they are completely exhausted and then explode. They adjust when the pattern begins. One favor does not mean permanent responsibility. One moment of understanding does not mean unlimited tolerance. One act of forgiveness does not mean the behavior has no consequences. The real warning sign is not one mistake. It is when someone's behavior starts changing the default rules of the relationship. Because by the time you finally push back, they may already believe, this is just how things work between us. 4. Build the ability to walk away. This is the foundation behind everything else. A lot of people know they are being taken for granted. They know something feels wrong, but they still cannot change it. Not because they don't know what to do, because they are afraid of losing something, afraid of losing the relationship, afraid of losing the opportunity, afraid of losing their place in the group. So even when they know they are being drained, they continue giving. The strongest people are not always the ones who argue better. They are the ones who have options. Because every relationship has a hidden question. Who is more afraid of losing who? If you cannot leave, you will keep lowering your standards. If someone knows you have no alternatives, they know you have limited power. That is why strong people build options. In relationships, they don't put all their emotional needs on one person. At work, they don't let one job or one opportunity become their only path. In life, they keep building skills, connections, and resources that cannot easily be taken away. The goal is not to leave everyone. The goal is to never stay somewhere only because you are afraid to leave. When you have no options, you ask people to change. When you have options, you decide who deserves access to you. The highest form of self-respect is not making others afraid of losing you. It is becoming someone who is not afraid to lose people who continuously take more than they give. None of this works if you do it once and go back to old patterns the next day. The people who test you aren't looking for a single reaction. They're looking for your default. So the question isn't, how do I respond this one time? It's, what is my default now? Because the boundary was never the sentence you said. It was never the explanation you gave. It was always just this, what you're willing to keep giving to someone who hasn't earned it. Change that and you won't need to say a word. They'll feel it.